As a podcast host, I've talked with hundreds of facility management and workplace leaders, and last year, we finally took these conversations on the road. Now I'm back with new interviews featuring industry leaders based in Atlanta, Georgia. My guest today is Kayla Gottschalk, launch lead at Switchyards, the world's first neighborhood work club. I met Kayla at IFMA, and I also admired her work as co-founder of Collective. I'm Mike Petrusky, and this is On My Way to Work. Hey!
Hi.
Welcome.
What's up?
What's up? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Welcome to Eptura, On My Way to Work.
Some Switchyards coffee.
Ooh, Switchyards brew. I love it. I love it. Cheers. Thank you.
Of course.
Let's do this.
Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you. This is amazing. A beautiful day in the ATL. Do you call it the ATL, Kayla?
Yeah, ATL.
I want to be cool. I want to be hip.
Atlanta, ATL. Yeah.
That's awesome. And how long have you been here?
Oh, wow. My husband and I moved down here in 2018, so a little over 5 years and can't complain.
Wow. Switchyards. We are picking you up at one of how many locations?
Yeah, you just picked me up at Switchyards Buckhead. It's one of 10 in Atlanta.
Amazing.
And we're growing. We just opened up 3. We now have 3 in Nashville, and we're going to be opening up 2 in Charlotte over the next 2 months.
Exciting.
Super exciting.
And you are the launch lead I saw on your email. That's an excellent title.
Yes. Means a whole bunch of things. Primarily just launching these really cool neighborhood work clubs across the country.
Neighborhood work clubs. These are not co-working spaces, folks. Not your traditional co-working space. Tell me about it.
Thank you. Yes. I guess for folks in the industry to figure out what we're doing, it's easy to think we're a co-working space, but we're really building these neighborhood work clubs. So instead of it being B2B facing, it's more consumer facing. Nice. So the easiest way to think of a Switchyards is it's a membership coffee place or coffee shop to go to.
Very cool.
Yeah, all shared seating. You don't book a desk or an office for 8 hours a day. It's a lot of our members come to sites to work a couple hours a day for a couple days a week.
Well, I had a chance to see one on the inside, and it does have that active lifestyle, cool vibe. It was definitely not a traditional office setting.
Right.
And you're doing that deliberately.
We are. Yeah, it's a combination between all of our favorite places of coffee shops, hotel lobbies, and just literally the opposite of what you'd see in a WeWork or Industrious or a traditional co-working space.
Well, I love it. Congrats, and it's exciting.
Thanks.
It's something that we have to be doing, right? Thinking outside the box, being creative, and delivering on the expectations of people.
It is, and it's a different way of, the big topic is the future work. It's a different way of working, where a lot of companies, whether it's like a startup or Fortune 500 companies, are really adopting flexible work policies. And so having a third place or just a few hours to get out of your house, you come to a Switchyards.
And they're conveniently located all over the place, so we can find one that's easy to get to. And then is the community building going on there? Are people connecting with other human beings? That's what I always like to emphasize, the value of that human interaction.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into a social setting, depending on who you are, it's just nice to be working around others. You get more focused work done. You just feel more inspired versus, sitting at home by yourself all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
So how you like navigating this Atlanta traffic?
Well, it's something. It's different than DC, but the same in many ways. We have the same problem there, but I love Atlanta in the sense that it's so spread out and there's so many different parts of the town. I've been here a few times now. Eptura's North American headquarters is in Buckhead, near here. the Salesforce Tower. You familiar with that area?
Yeah, very cool.
And we've had a couple team meetings, Team Eptura at their North American headquarters, so always a pleasure to visit my colleagues. But also, I'm a big fan of baseball, and it's a beautiful week for baseball. The Braves are playing, and I'm staying right near the beautiful Truist Park. Are you a fan? And what's that marble doing in the dashboard? This is definitely the pinball wizard version of On My Way to Work.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Are you familiar with the Who? Ding, 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 ding. He's a pinball wizard. He's driving to work. A pinball wizard. I'm changing the lyrics, but I'm out of your element. That's before your time.
Yeah, different generations, I think. Not sure what the song was.
I tried, everybody. I tried.
That's pretty good, though.
Well, let's talk about music. I always like to put on a little music, but we can't do it for real. I'd love to talk to you about it. What do you listen to, Kayla? What gets you inspired?
Kind of like an old soul where I just stick to maybe like my high school days of the early 2000s.
I love it.
Just like when hip hop truly came out.
Sure.
They're not like swearing every other word, maybe. But if you think about like Eminem, Beyonce.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like a good mix of, I guess, both hip hop and even alternative rock that was really booming back then.
A lot of integration of genres at the time, right?
It was, yeah, absolutely.
And Beyonce, she's the queen. She can do whatever genre she wants. In fact, have you heard her newest album where she's doing country music?
Yes, she can do and sing probably anything and be fantastic at it.
This ain't Texas. We're in Atlanta.
Yep.
We're rolling down, 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 down. All right.
You get you a cowboy hat and drive over to
I am
Texas.
The furthest thing there could be from a cowboy, but I love the sound of the music, and I love what's going on in any kind of in the car. Podcast karaoke is what we do here. Carpool karaoke.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm glad you're doing this for our industry and just meeting different people across the built environment, workplace, construction, operations. Pretty cool.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun, and I am so excited to be doing season 2 of On My Way to Work. And we know each other through that community. IFMA is where we first met, right?
Yeah, I think it was at maybe last year's Facility Fusion in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why did you go to that event? Because I know I was speaking, I did a bunch of podcast recordings. What were you looking for at that time? Was it were you with Switchyards and trying to make connections?
Yeah, so I've been a member of IFMA since actually went to I think their first accredited university called Ferris State University up in Michigan.
Sure.
And then have been a IFMA member since being a student to now, which I'm the chair of their Young Professionals group.
Wow, that's awesome. So you were actually an intentional FM professional, not an accidental one.
Yeah, which is super rare with even all the young professionals I talked to were old professionals, I guess, that's been in the industry for a while, where everyone
seasoned. We call them seasoned, Kayla.
That's good. Seasoned. Very not.
That's me. DJ Mike P is seasoned.
Yes.
Child of the 80s, but I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, just went in to go to architecture school, and then our dean basically presented to say, like, you can continue going into architecture or construction management or facility management. And that was just a new degree for us to all go into, and something new. But I loved it because it balanced both like design and architecture still, but applied business and operations, which is
the whole life cycle of our assets and the people that occupy our spaces. It's something I've been trying to really talk more about here in 2024, this idea that we need to be more holistic and strategic about the way we approach our role, no matter what it is. So when you're involved with IFMA and the young professionals, and here in Atlanta, you've got a very vibrant chapter, I know. Are people embracing that change, or is it a struggle and a challenge, you think?
No, I think a lot of FMers or people in the industry are embracing the change. A lot of folks are trying to use technology more to just be better at what they're doing. A lot of folks are trying to focus more on data and metrics versus, going to the basement filing cabinet, trying to reference, old work orders or old work documents.
Sure.
Trying to find a way to better automate, use technology to also just live view what's happening in your building operations or with your employee experience.
It's amazing what we can do with the digitization of these tools and the opportunity to use data to make better decisions. It's something that we talk about a lot here on the Workplace Innovator podcast. And I think it's essential. Yeah, I think that's something that our community has to embrace, lean in, grab an understanding, upskill of these new tools and what they might do for you and your organization, whatever that may be.
Yep.
And young professionals, we need new people in the industry. Are you seeing an excitement about getting into the world of facilities and workplace today?
Yeah, for the past, 5 years, just being involved with the young professionals group, I'm just really passionate about getting people interested in what we do. Just because, I'll share my story with them where I've had different hats of project management, working with designers, to true, facility management, and then also, stepping into more of a strategic business operational role. It's just a lot of opportunities to go into, and then, you can also go to school to it. There's more universities popping up, giving facility management degrees or something, similar with construction or architecture. So it's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. So many opportunities, and a lot of young people are excited to lean in and embrace their understanding and comfort with technology. So many tools helping manage the built environment. What are your thoughts on that? I know you've had a long history in this space and you've been working to use technology tools to enhance the employee experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. First off, I think our industry has so many verticals of different technology that you can dive into, whether it's a true CMMS system. There's so many different verticals of technology where it's actually getting a little bit complicated to figure out which one you should adopt at your company.
Sure.
But at least there's a wide variety where if you're trying to focus on your employee experience or culture, there's an option to kind of gauge in on how are your employees utilizing your spaces, or what type of spaces do they tend to gravitate more, to kind of find their happiness or where they're more productive. So a space management solution, or if you're looking on the building side, there's a plethora of tools to just see how your building's operating, which in today's age it's kind of really important to figure out. Just with, I'm sure you've hearing conversations with the real estate market on should we cut back real estate or should we gain more real estate space? What's the ROI back to the company and the employees, to make that sort of investment?
Yeah, that's the conversation we're having here, and our listeners have a lot of opportunity to make an impact on their organization by helping move this discussion along and make the right decisions by understanding their needs, which is fantastic. And where does this passion come from, Kayla? You've been doing all these different roles. You're now launch lead for a cool company that's trying to have an impact on the market. Why do what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said earlier, just intentionally wanted to get into this, and I've just had so many experiences kind of dabbling in all of these different arms, I'm going to say, of what facility management is I don't know, just been fun. You get to impact, the built environment, whether you're passionate about being more sustainable or just making them operate or just beautify them better, to, making an impact to the occupants inside, or every person's, work day, which is pretty fun.
I love the people side of it too. That's what really, no matter what we're talking about here, whether it's a technology or a strategy or just caring for the built environment, you're also just doing that for a reason. There's a purpose. You have a mission to deliver a place that is safe, healthy, and conducive to a great human interaction, which is what I loved about when I walked into your space. I just saw it happening. There were people everywhere. It just seemed like that type of vibe, which is really, really commendable. So congrats.
Yeah, thank you. It's not just me. It's, the team. It's always a team.
Team. Shout out to the Switchyards team. Kayla, we are almost to our destination. Any final advice you can offer my audience as we head into the future of the workplace together?
Yeah, great question. I think the biggest thing is just in this day and age where we're seeing a lot of layoffs happening with facilities and workplace teams, I think the biggest thing is that workplace and facility teams are very important and valuable to any company. When you lose them, you're not just only adding more risk to just how your buildings are being operated, but you're also going to be impacting your employee culture.
Yeah.
Which is a huge aspect to any company and leadership.
Absolutely. Kayla, I can't thank you enough for rolling around like a pinball with me here today. Yeah. This has been a lot of fun. Beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, everybody, and more on my way to work.